Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for being here. My name is Andrew, coming to you from the beautiful Carolinas. Today's topic is going to be how the narcissist plants seeds. Think about that for a minute. Everyone, if you like the content, please like, subscribe, and share. So planting seeds, when you thought about that term, probably when you were a kid, you were thinking about a farmer. And a farmer would plant seeds in the fields to grow crops, and they would have to water the crops and nurture them and harvest them, and next thing you know, there's a whole bunch of fruit or vegetables at the dinner table. That is how the farmer plants seeds. Now, fast forwarding to the narcissistic abusive cycle, this is exactly what the narcissist does. They plant seeds. They plant seeds of doubt, seeds of desperation, seeds of confusion, seeds of manipulation, and so many other kinds of seeds. But what they do not do is they do not support the person that was in the relationship with them. They're trying to tear that person down. And one way they do accomplish that is to plant seeds in their mind. So an example would be this. Let's say the narcissist, you meet them and you don't know they're a narcissist, of course, but you're talking with them, communicating with them, and then they would say to you, "Oh, why do you wear those kind of clothes? You know, aren't they a little, don't they look a little different for you, or shouldn't you be considering wearing some other clothes?" And you're doubting yourself now, and you're like, wait, I love my clothes. It's my style. I like it. I like what I wear. But they planted a seed. So now the next time you go to put your clothes on, you're going to be thinking about, should you be wearing those clothes? I'm not so sure. It's one example. Another example would be they're talking to you about your friends or your acquaintances, and they would say to you, hey, so-and-so, they're not really the nicest person. I don't really get along with them. Why do you even spend time with them? They don't even like you. And then you would be saying to yourself, what are you talking about? They don't like me. I've known them for 10 years. We spend time together. We're good friends. Well, I've known them longer than you. What is the narcissist doing there? They are now planting a seed that you should not be communicating with a 10-year-old friend, a friend of 10 years, because they're now saying that they don't get along with them, and they want you to assimilate with them, so that they don't want you to get along with them, and they're trying to drive a wedge between you and that person. They're planting a seed of doubt. Is that person a good person, etc. The seeds are planted all throughout the relationship. What about marriage? Maybe you were hoping or wanted to get married. Well, maybe the narcissist, once they knew they had their claws sunken into you, maybe they would be saying things like this: hey, when are we going to get married? I can't wait forever. What's going on? You told me we would get married, etc. And you're scratching your head saying, yeah, we talked about it, but we didn't really discuss a formal plan yet. So what's going on here? Well, the narcissist is pushing you along because they're trying to get a wedding ring on the finger so they can now really own you and manipulate you and take advantage of you. So they're planting seeds of the future. When are you going to put that wedding ring on the finger? The seeds are planted left, right, and center. Same thing with the workplace bully, the narcissistic boss. That guy gets you into the office and he talks to you and says why another coworker is doing such a better performance than you are, even though you're doing the work of 3 or 4 people. They would be saying to you, hey, well, what's going on here? Well, first of all, that person's triangulating you, but second of all, they're trying to get more work out of you. And third of all, they're having you doubt your work performance. That happens so frequently in the workplace. When you're doing your job and you know you're doing it well, and everyone knows you're doing it well, but the boss doesn't want to recognize that, that's a huge red flag. It's time to look for a new job. That's just another example of how the narcissist plants seeds. Same thing when you go to the store. Let's say you were going to buy certain grocery items, certain kinds of bread or peanut butter, whatever it was. Well, the narcissist, maybe in the beginning, they would let you buy whatever you bought. But then the next time you went to the store, they would say, you know what, that bread isn't really the best. We like this. Or I think it would be better if you got this. And you would be doubting yourself, well, wait, I've been eating that bread my whole life. It's incredible. Well, what does the narcissist want you to do there? Again, they want you to change the kind of bread that you are buying. Notice you are buying. And they want to get the bread that they want because they don't care about you. They're trying to plant seeds of doubt, and they want to steal your identity. They want you to become a shell of yourself. So essentially, the narcissist will be controlling all of your actions, who you communicate with, what clothes you wear, what bread you buy, if you're doing a good job at work, etc. Let's talk about hobbies for a second. Let's say that you enjoyed hobbies. Again, maybe it was surfing, skiing, and snowboarding. Great. Well, before you met the narcissist, you were doing these as frequently as you possibly could. You meet the narcissist and they're telling you, why do you snowboard? Nobody does that anymore. What about skiing? It's too expensive. And surfing? Well, why would you even go to the beach? You don't even like the beach. See, you're doubting yourself when you'd be listening to those words, or they would be planting seeds of doubt in your mind. Now, maybe you were a great surfer and snowboarder and skier, and you loved it. Well, the narcissist would make sure that every time you went away on one of those trips or hobbies, that it would be ruined or spoiled for you. So eventually you didn't go surfing. You hung up the skis, and snowboard hasn't been used in years because the narcissist didn't want you enjoying yourself. They didn't want you thriving. They didn't want you enjoying your hobbies. So they would plant seeds of you not enjoying those hobbies even though you love them. The seeds are littered all throughout the relationship. What about when you would be with a friend, and you would be with a stable, healthy friend, and they would tell you questions, they would ask you questions about the narcissist. Again, back then you didn't know the narcissist was a narcissist, but they'd ask you questions like, why are you spending so much time with that person? Like, what's going on? And you'd be like, oh no, they're a great person. They speak really highly of you. And then that person's like, okay, that's great, they speak highly of me, but I want nothing to do with them because I know that maybe they don't know they're a narcissist, but they know they're somebody they don't want to spend time with. They can feel it energetically, and they're trying to get you to not be with that person or spend time with the narcissist. But then when the narcissist would say that the friend that you're talking to is a good person, do they really mean it? No, they don't. They're just trying to play the game and manipulate you. And they're planting seeds that they actually like the friend that you're talking to because there's something to gain from that friend. What it is, I can't tell you. But this is what the narcissist does. You see, the narcissist is always playing a mental game of chess. They're playing a mental game of the next moves to make. They're trying to figure out what they can extract from whomever they want to extract it from. There is no substance to the narcissist. There is no core. There is no stability. These relationships usually end with the thought of crash, a bang, and they usually end with a person being discarded. And that is not a pleasant place to be. It's a very challenging place to be, specifically when you don't know what you're up against. So the seeds that were planted in the narcissistic relationship, how about this one? Before it ended, or when it ended, the narcissist would say things like this: you'll never find anybody like me. Good luck finding somebody. You're gonna be alone the rest of your life. No one cares about you. No one wants to be with you. They would say things like that, or see a therapist, or what's your problem? See, when they do that, they have you doubting your sense of self. And when you're doubting your sense of self, it is not a good place to be. It's a place similar to Desolation Row, which means you don't know what's going on. You know that the support system around you, i.e. the narcissist, is not telling you good things. They're having you doubt yourself again. And eventually what happens is you turn to the narcissist. When you're in these relationships for a period of time, you eventually default and you turn to the narcissist to make the decisions. And they know this because this is all by design. They want to be in control of everything, and they want to do whatever they want to do whenever they want to do it. So another seed would be the foods. Let's say that your favorite food was Italian. Okay, well, you would love Italian food and you would get it. And then the narcissist in the beginning of that relationship maybe would have some Italian with you because they're assimilating with you. And then eventually they would say, no, the Italian food that you like, that restaurant's no good. No one goes there anymore. People are getting food poisoning. Why would you go there? Or their dough isn't the best on the pizza. Or no, the last time it wasn't a good experience. I think we should go somewhere else. And then they have you doubting if you even like Italian food or if you like that restaurant any longer. And then eventually what you find out is you're not going to be eating that Italian restaurant's food any longer because the narcissist will say they don't want to go there or they don't want any food from there. They want something else. And what do? Again, you drop everything and you do what the narcissist wants you to do, which is you change your eating patterns and your eating habits because the narcissist had you doubting if that food actually was as good as it really was. Same thing when something new would pop up. Let's say that you discovered a new fad or you discovered a new interest or a new book or something, and you would tell the narcissist, hey, I just found out this new great author, they're incredible. This is a really good book and I hear everyone's reading it. And they would look at you and say, what are you talking about? I told you that 3 weeks ago. And you're like, what? Huh? You didn't tell me that 3 weeks ago. And then the narcissist has you doubting that again. Did the narcissist really tell you about that book 3 weeks ago about the author? Absolutely not. But they're having you doubt your reality, gaslighting, doubting, planting seeds. Remember in the beginning of the video I shared with you the farmer. The farmer has to plant the seeds, then water them, nurture them, take care of them, prune them, and eventually harvest the crops. That's what the narcissist does every time they're planting a seed inside of your mind. That's what they were doing. That's why unwinding these relationships is something that we all have to do. We can't just put a Band-Aid over these things and say, oh, I'm fine, and it wasn't such a big deal. The relationship, it wasn't such a, I'm fine. No, that's not how it works. This is the relationship you will need to heal from. and you will need to really slow your life down. And by slowing your life down, what I'm suggesting is take stock of the people that are around you. Do things in your time. Conserve your energy and your empathy and your love for those loved and trusted ones around you. Do not just drop anything and help somebody out because someone's asking you to help them out. That's what we did before. That's what we did when we were in a narcissistic relationship. That's not what we do any longer. Slowing your life down, it means having control of your time 24/7. It means if you want to sleep in late, sleep in late. If you want to stay up late, stay up late. If you want to watch videos, do it. But you do things in your time, and if people fit into your life, great. If they don't, that's fine. But you no longer jump through hoops for another person who doesn't care about you, and you're no longer receiving and accepting the seeds that were planted in your mind. You see, all those seeds that were planted in your mind, they need to be unwound. And to unwind them, it will take time. You're gonna have to heal childhood wounds. You're gonna have to journal, meditate, see a therapist, watch videos. You're gonna have to write. You're gonna have to understand that that relationship that you were in, it almost took you down for the count, but it didn't. You're here in the community, and you're getting your cup full, and you're understanding that you are the priority. You come first, second, and third. And all of the rhetoric from the narcissist, all the seeds they tried to plant in your mind, none of those were real. They were all manipulation. They were all playing tricks and trying to trap you in the narcissistic fog. And again, I will say this one more time. The narcissist did capture you for a period of time, which was the length of the relationship, but you broke free, or you exited it. You are out of the relationship. You're now healing. And to understand and unpack all the seeds that were planted in your mind, this is a pivotal part of the healing path, because the narcissist never had your best interest at heart in the past. They certainly don't now, and they won't in the future. And anyone who's trying to plant a seed or tell somebody else how they think, or how they should think, or what they shouldn't think, or what they know that they're going to think, that is not healthy. Every single one of us on the planet have free will. We can think what we want, we can believe what we want, and our thinking patterns and habits are what make us us. Not everybody thinks the exact same way. But there's one thing here I want to share in the video before I get ready to close it. The narcissist's mindset, they all play from the same playbook. They all know what seeds to plant. They all know how to harvest those seeds, and they know how to get what they want from people when they do plant seeds. So planting the seeds of doubt, of destruction, of driving wedges between people, of belief in themselves, etc. These are all things the narcissist will continue to do, because the narcissist uses all the weapons that they have in their arsenal, such as triangulation, gaslighting, stonewalling, the silent treatment, the smear campaign, planting seeds of anything in your mind. Go back in time when you were in the relationship, when you first met the narcissist. You probably thought things were going extremely well, and maybe they were moving at light speed. That's usually what happens. Well, why did the relationship move so fast? Why did you have to move in with them so quickly? Or why did they have to move in with you so quickly? Or why did you have to put their name on the mortgage? Or why did you have to loan them money? Or why did you have to relocate 5 hours away from your support system? Or why did you put them through school, etc.? It's all because you believed in the mask of the narcissist, and the narcissist was planting seeds that those are the things you should have been doing, when the truth of the matter is what you should have been doing is focusing on yourself. But again, you didn't know this. You weren't taught it in school. So how can you be prepared for the behemoth, the narcissistic individual? You couldn't. You believed that most people had your best interest at heart, and you believed that most people were like-minded like you, and that had kind, loving, stable, healthy relationships in their future. That's not the case. The narcissist wants to take and take and take, and when they're done, what do they want to do? That's right, they want to take more. And what they do want to do, so I'm not the best English, what they really want to do is live in people's minds and continue to be able to plant seeds of the past, of the present, and of the future. In other words, they don't want to be an honest and authentic, genuine person. They want to be a puppet master, controlling what another person thinks, what another person does, who another person spends time with or doesn't, etc. The narcissist is a gatherer of relationships, a gatherer of broken hearts, a gatherer of broken dreams, and the narcissist will continue to go on and on and on throughout their life, blowing up each and every relationship they enter and encounter, because that's what they do, that's their nature, and they will continue to plant seeds in people's minds. Before I close the video, think about this one. When you met the narcissist in the beginning, they probably planted seeds in your mind that their ex was a really not good person, or a nasty person, or they didn't support them, or they were toxic, or they were the narcissist, or they didn't do anything good. Think about it. That's how the narcissist perhaps got into your life, by planting seeds of a person from the past who may not even have existed, but that person wasn't there to defend themselves and say, wait, I'm healthy, I'm stable, I'm fine. See, that's how the narcissistic cycle goes around. They plant seeds of confusion in people's minds, and people don't know what to believe. But once you get the wisdom and you rise through the ashes like a phoenix and you enter the third version of you, the strongest, most galvanized version of you known to humankind, now you can see just what the narcissist was doing. You can see what they're doing right now, meaning not that narcissist, I'm talking toxic people everywhere. And now you have boundaries. And my hope is you've gone no contact and blocked these people, deleted them, removed all fly monkeys and people associated with them. If not, now when? If you can't do that currently, utilize gray rock, become dull and boring. And if you find it difficult to do that, create an exit plan, because you do not want anyone to be planting seeds in your mind any longer. That is not healthy. It's not good for you. It wasn't good for me, and it will be good for nobody in the future. So everyone, that's the video. I hope you liked it. I loved doing it from the beautiful Carolinas. This is Andrew. Namaste. Have a great afternoon, evening, or morning, no matter where you are on the planet. You are not alone. Remember that. You are not alone. God bless you all. I love you, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Understand that planting seeds, it should be left for a farmer or somebody who's trying to grow a crop or a plant or something. There's no room for people planting seeds in other people's minds, specifically when these seeds that will come to fruition and will be harvested will be really detrimental to that person. That is not what we need on the planet. We need more love, abundance, honesty, transparency, respect, genuineness, and we need less of narcissistic behavior. I love you all. God bless you, and I will talk to you tomorrow. All right. Good night, everyone.